Jamestown Tarp Yeah, you have to reach out. 1 so far this season. Maybe I'm just too hot.
The 1-2 is high, 2-2 now. So 2-2. Hoff comes set. The delivery. Foul back. And Callahan starting to work on contact. The umpire getting some new baseballs. Callahan's fouled so many away already, the umpire doesn't have any more in those 2 bags on his hips. Leahy off first. The pitch to Callahan. Runner goes. Foul back again. You got to be. And what do you think Leahy is thinking right now as he trots back to first base?
Make contact or miss. Don't make me do this all over again.
You're tiring me out, man.
You're killing me, Smalls.
The ultimate reference.
I finally saw that movie.
Took you long enough. The 2-2. Ground ball over through the hole, and it's going to get through for a base hit. Leahy around second. He will stop at third. And it is a single for Darren Callahan that makes it runners on the corners.
Number 13, Bennett Sheeler.
So Hupp finding himself in a little trouble here.
And that will bring up Bennett Sheeler.
Apologize for some of the technical issues that we are having today. Heat is playing havoc with our gear all the way around.
The first pitch to Sheeler inside for ball 1. So it is runners on the corners, 1 away. As there was a double play attempt on a ground ball over to Eli Harpelani, but it was broken up as Leahy's speed got the better of the double play attempt. It is Matthew Leahy off first, Darren Callahan off first, swing and a miss to Bennett Sheeler. It is Matthew Leahy off third, Darren Callahan off of first. And the count to Bennett Sheeler is 1-1.
Sheeler, 6'1", 200-pound sophomore out of George Mason University, calls Blackburn, Virginia home. Betting .300 on the season with 4 RBIs.
The 1-1 from Hoff. Hit high into center field. Coming in is Doyle, and he will make the running grab. The runner is tagging, but will hold up at third. Good throw by Doyle to break up the sacrifice fly attempt. And there are 2 away.
Yeah, Doyle crashing in. There was no way that Leahy, even with his speed, would have been able to beat that out. The ball caught maybe 30 feet behind the second base bag, and with the momentum, just not enough real estate for Leahy to make it home. Great play by Doyle out in center.
And there is an interesting strategy. I see Hoff with a little bag of rosin. For those that don't know, rosin is almost like a talcum powder to try and get a little bit more grip on the ball. It is legal. It's not like pine tar. The first pitch to Tanner Donati is just off the plate for ball 1. He was tapping that on his arm, so I'm assuming what he's doing is he's trying to make sure that the sweat on his arm doesn't make his hand too slippery. The 1-0 in the dirt for ball 2.
Donati batting .269, 3 RBI. He's a freshman at the University of Delaware. Hailing from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the left-handed hitter.
His next pitch is high, and the count is now 3-0.
And an uncharacteristically long first inning for Sam Huff.
So 3-0, runners on the corners, 2 out. The delivery from Huff over the heart of the plate for strike 1. Pioneers trying to push at least Matthew Leahy across at third base here in the top of the first.
Skunks infield playing back. Kiefer on the grass at second.
The pitch, ball 4. And that will load the bases.
Next up, the catcher, number 16.
And that is the second walk of the inning alone for Sam Hoff. And you got to question, like, this is telling me that the hotter conditions are not what he looks for.
Yeah, one of the things about this heat and humidity, especially when you're laboring out there, it will drain you of your energy quicker than just a regular day game.
As the first pitch to Coy Schwanger is low for ball 1, the fifth straight ball for Sam Hoff.
Schwanger, a 176 hitter.
The long windup in the delivery. Change up, trying to put it on the inside corner. Couldn't get it there. 2-0 now.
And now Schwanger in the prime position, bases loaded, 2-0, ultimate hitters count.
Schwanger steps in. Hoff from the windup. Over the head delivery. The rock and fire. Ground ball towards third, foul.
Yeah, Schwanger's eyes got big there. Just overswung. Overswung?
How about we just say over Schwang for Schwanger?
But
Yay!
I'll give you that one.
The 2-1. Swing and a whiff. Swing and a whiff. And the count's now 2-2. 2-2, 2 out. Huff trying to get out of the jam here. Leahy off first, or Leahy off third, Callahan off second. The 2-2. Chopper foul off of the body of Schwanger.
And luckily that was foul. That ended up being, all things considered, if he had squared around, that would have been the perfect bunt.
But in the least ideal situation, as there would have been a force out at home. So we will do 2-2 all over again. Hoff shaking off a pitch. Now he's got what he likes. The rock and delivery. Ground ball over towards short, fielded by Sebastianelli, and he will step on second himself, and the side is retired. Hoff gets out of the jam. No runs on one hit with the bases left loaded. And the Tarp Skunks are going to come to bat here in the bottom of the first. We'll be right back.
They've got all your favorite ballpark foods and drinks, plus some special deals they created just for the Tarp Skunks. Take advantage of this break in the action. Grab something going from our concession stands. Owned and operated by 3 C's Catering. Fans, we invite you to follow the Jamestown Tarp Skunks online and on social media all season long. Visit us on the internet at TarpSkunks.
Support for our coverage of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks is brought to you by Plyler Entry Systems in Jamestown. Plyler Entry Systems has been serving the area since 1967. They are a proud member of the Builders Association of Northwestern Pennsylvania, the Manufacturer and Business Association, and the International Door Association. They offer a wide variety of products from a number of the major manufacturers within the industry. When it comes to doors, they are the experts. Plyler Entry Systems is the proud mascot of Whiffy, the Jamestown Tarp Skunks official mascot. To learn more about Plyler Entry Systems, call 716-296-0595 or visit plylerentry.com. As we head to the bottom of the first inning, it'll be Nigel Sebastianelli, Connor Kiefer, and DJ Stoyanovich, the top of the order for the Tarp Skunks, and they will be facing Noah Terwilliger. And here to tell you all about it is Matty G.
Thank you, Dre. I am a little questioning of Twilliger, the rec specs If you don't know, that's the term for sports glasses. They're a little bit thicker in terms of the rim itself to make sure it doesn't break. And the crooked hat, I guess confidence is key for Twilliger. The rec specs almost remind me of a Ricky Vaughn from Major League.
I was getting those vibes.
Well, he will be facing Nigel Sebastianelli. Sebastianelli being a consistent leadoff hitter for the Tarp Skunks. His first pitch from Twilliger. Called strike one on the low outside corner. So both Twilliger and Sam Hoff are using the over-the-head windup, but Twilliger is a little bit faster in his delivery as the 0-1 hit liner into right field. Coming in is Kaufman, but it is going to drop in front of him, and it is a leadoff base hit for Nigel Sebastianelli.
You know, I've been on the rampage about first pitch swinging. He didn't do it that time. He swung on the second pitch and got beautiful results. Coming into this game, batting 182, that's going to boost his average possibly over the Mendoza line.
And this is another thing that I was talking about. Twilliger, with his stats, out of the 12 outs that he's had, only one has been a strikeout. So there have been a lot of bats on balls as Kiefer's first pitch is a swing and a miss. The bats are looking to stay aggressive from the last time they were here at home, and they put up 18 hits. Looking to keep that going. Long windup, swing and a miss by Kiefer again, but I'm looking at the dance that Sebastianelli just had over at first base. He jumped a good 5 feet, and Twilliger didn't even move.
Yeah, Sebastianelli trying to play with his mind over there.
The 0-2 hit high into center field. Underneath it is Lalime, and he will make the grab for the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up DJ Stoyanovich. Breaking news for DJ Stoyanovich. As of today, he has made an official committed transfer. He is no longer going to Mansfield University. He now attends SUNY Brockport. So SUNY Brockport getting some representation from DJ Stoyanovich, and in my opinion, a good man to have its representation.
Absolutely the leader on the Tarp Skunks in RBIs with 8 on the season.
His first pitch, swing and a miss. He was a little late on it, but I like the aggression.
Batting .250, 8 of 32, does have a double. Hit by pitch once.
Twilliger checks Sebastianelli at first. Sebastianelli with that big leap again, and Twilliger steps off. No throw over.
I think Sebastianelli's trying to force a balk.
You know, not a bad strategy, but he's putting himself at risk. There's the pickoff attempt. Nothing doing on it. Trying to play a little bit of mind games with Twilliger. There's the dance again. The pitch from Twilliger in the dirt. And the count's 1-1. Sebastianelli might be doing his job over there. I've never seen him do that before. The only other person that I saw do that was a few games ago. The pitch to Stoyanovich, swing and a miss.
You got to wonder if that's messing with Stoyanovich a little bit too.
Oh, I would assume for certain.
I think it was Tommy Schroeder the other day that was doing that.
Sebastianelli goes, but the pitch is fouled off over the Pioneers dugout, or bullpen, my fault. But it was Connor Kiefer, actually, it was the one that I saw doing it.
Was it? Okay.
With all of the dancing. It was a couple of games ago, but he was on base 3 times. And all 3 times he was doing that dancing, and by playing with fire, he wound up on third a couple of times. So he might be taking notes as there's a pickoff attempt.
And now this at bat has gone a lot longer than Terwilliger would have wanted it to, and that's due
The
to
1-2, Sebastianelli goes. That pitch fouled off as well. Sebastianelli basically has Terwilliger timed up to a T, and he's looking to get on second base as early as possible.
And Stojanovic doing a great job staying alive on these close 1-2 pitches.
Terwilliger's got his pitch. Checks Sebastianelli at first. The pitch, Sebastianelli doesn't go this time, but it's a swing and a miss to Stojanovic. And there are 2 away. And he's now giving the scouting report to Bobby Stang.
Next up, the catcher from Dayton University, number 23, Bobby Stang.
Stang trying to keep this inning alive, as that's only the second strikeout on the season for Nolan Terwilliger. Sebastianelli with the long jump again, nothing doing on it, but the first pitch is high and away for ball 1.
Stang having himself a season, batting .300, leading the team in at bats and not hits. 12 out of 40, does have 2 doubles tied for the lead, 1 triple, 3 RBIs.
The pitch above his head, 2-0 now.
And it always seems like when the big situation is happening, Bobby Stang seems to be in the middle of it. See if he can make something happen here.
Sebastianelli off first, makes the jump. He goes this time, and there's not going to be a throw. So on the pitch in the dirt, counts now 3-0. Sebastianelli with probably the easiest stolen base I've ever seen, because that jump that he was doing put him a good 30 feet down the base path. So he only had another 60 to run. It was just too easy for him.
Yeah, Schwenger had no chance.
This pitch hit high into center field. Going back is Lalime at the track, and it drops at the wall. It bounced off his glove. Sebastianelli will score, staying around second. Coming into third, he will slide in safe at third. And it is an error double for Bobby Stang. It does count as a hit because it was an extra bases, but it is an error double for Bobby Stang, and the Tarp Skunks draw first blood.
And that's exactly what they needed. Drawing first blood at home. Now you got the lead and time to build upon it.
Kobe Jones up now, runner on third, 2 out. First pitch to Kobe Jones from Terwilliger. Chop foul off of Kobe Jones's ankle.
And they are not going to give Stang a double. It's going to be a straight error on the center fielder. So no RBI for Stang. But again, finds himself in the middle of a situation.
The 0-1. Ground ball over towards first. Fielded clean by Callahan. Over to first. Did he have the bag? They're saying, the base umpire is saying yes, but the first base coach is saying no. Are they going to challenge here?
It doesn't look like they're going to get the home plate umpire assist here.
In my opinion, they should have. From my angle, it was too close to call.
Hey, wait, that's not cool. Who are you? Hello, Jerry.
Well, it looks like they're not going to, so it is 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, 1 runner left on base. We're going to go to the top of the second here with the Tarp Skunks up 1-0.
He's ready. Rock check down. You ready? All right, gamers. Here we go. That's 1. Take a step back. Take 1 step back. Come on now. Good job. You got it. Come on now.
Don't forget, fans, our next game is going to be at home. Our next home game is going to be Friday, June 21st against the Auburn Doubledays, 6:30 p.m. And you are not going to want to miss Saturday, or make that Sunday, June 23rd, the GCFCU Community Buyout Afternoon, a double dip doubleheader against the Newark Pilots. 2 o'clock and 5:30 free doubleheader baseball. That is this Sunday. You are not going to want to miss it. For more information, tarpskunks.com, or follow us on our social medias, as it's going to be Fry, Kaufman, and Castro to face Sam Huff. And to tell you all about it, it's Matty G.
I'm back. I'm better than ever. Tarp Skunks leading 1-0 going into the top of the second, doing just what we had predicted, putting the bat on the ball early against Nolan Twilliger. And now they're sitting on that 1-0 lead, as we are now facing Aiden Frey here. Sam Hoff's first pitch to Aiden Frey. Grounder over towards third, down the line, fair. That could be extra bases. Fielding it is Jones. Round first is Frey, and he will slide into second. The throw is in time. Have a seat, mate. What a throw by Kobe Jones.
Unbelievable play. And you felt right off the bat Fry was going to be able to turn it into a double, and all of a sudden Jones firing it in, and a great play by Sebastian Elliott short to stay with it and get the tag.
That is still a hit for Aiden Frey, getting thrown out at second there, but this is the first pitch to Eddie Kaufman, low and away for ball one. But Frey tried to pull a swim move on Connor Kiefer, but ultimately just couldn't come around on it. The 1-0, grounded over towards third again, this time fielded by Harpalani. Long throw picked by Stojanovic in time, and two really great plays here in the top of the second.
Yeah, and that's something that Sam Huff really needed after having a longer than expected first inning. Quickly, a couple of pitches and a couple of outs.
That brings up Manuel Castro, the third baseman here tonight for the Pioneers. Quickly, 2 away. The first pitch by Sam Hoff, fouled back to the backstop, 0-1. Harpalani getting a lot of action over there at first, dove for the first ball that went to Kobe Jones, and was able to pick that one clean. It almost hit the base to make the throw to first. They call it the hot corner for the reason, as that pitch is hit into the Pioneers bullpen. And the count is 0-2.
Quickly 0-2 to the third baseman, batting 176. So the Pioneers definitely top heavy in their lineup with their big power hitters at the top and those struggling at the bottom.
The 0-2, did he go? The answer is no. Counts now 1-2. So 1-2, 2 out, nobody on. The long windup and delivery from Sam Hoff. Another curveball in the dirt, trying to get Castro to chase, but he does not want to give it to him. 2-2.
Huff trying to end this side of the inning and get his teammates back up to the dish. One strike away from doing it.
The pitch on the inside corner, just missed the plate. I saw Huff, Kiefer, Sebastianelli, Harpalani, and Kobe Jones all start running into the dugout. They thought that was strike three, but the 3-2 payoff pitch. Ball four. A little high and inside, and this inning stays alive with the walk for Manuel Castro.
Next up, the shortstop, number 24, Aiden Grabowski.
And that'll bring up Aiden Grabowski. Grabowski, the shortstop for the Pioneers today.
Grabowski, 5'11", 175, junior out of Tiffin University, calls Avon Lake, Ohio home. 0 for 17 on the season, so he is looking for his first hit.
As his first pitch from Hoff, low and away for ball one. Hoff, 6'3", 195, a senior out of Bates College. calls Dobbs Ferry, New York home. Looking to get out of this inning as the 1-0 hit high into foul territory and out of play and into the concourse.
Look out.
As long as everyone is okay. Off comes set. Castro off first. The pitch to Grabowski is chopped throw over to third, fielded by Harpalani. The throw in time as all 3 outs were down the left field line. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. We're going to go to the bottom of the second. Score is still 1-0.
The Tarp Skunks are sponsored by Schultz Auto Group with locations in Jamestown, Elmira, Dunkirk, and Warren. There's more Schultz Auto Group than offering the best deals on new and pre-owned vehicles from America.
Support for our coverage of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks is brought to you by the Davies Investment Group in Painted Post, New York. In a world filled with financial choices, finding the right path can be daunting. But fear not, because the Davies Investment Group of Benjamin F. Edwards is here to guide you every step of the way. With over a century of combined experience, this dedicated team is committed to helping you achieve your financial goals. They take the time to understand your unique needs and aspirations, crafting personalized strategies designed to grow and protect your wealth. But they don't stop there. They collaborate with your trusted advisors to ensure a comprehensive approach tailored specifically to you. When it comes to your financial future, trust the experts from the Davies Investment Group of Benjamin F. Edwards. Contact Davies Investment Group today at daviesinvestmentgroup.com or visit them at 310 Town Center Road, Suite 201, Painted Post, New York, 14870. Davies Investment Group, member SIPC. As we flip over the lineup, Jamestown Tarp Skunks are going to have Doyle, Schroeder, and Kaiser facing Terwilliger in his second inning of work. And in his second inning of work, it's Matty G.
Hello, hello. How we all doing today? Thank you, thank you. I'm here all week. Leo Doyle steps up to the plate now as center fielder for the Skunks tonight. His first pitch from Nolan Twilliger. Called strike 1 at the knees.
Leo Doyle having a great season so far. 351, 2 doubles, no walks, 4 strikeouts. He has been hit by a pitch once.
As that pitch is in the dirt and through the legs of Coy Schwanger. The count's 1-1.
Tied with the team lead for 2 doubles on the season. Does have 3 RBI.
The 1-1. Called strike 2 at the knees. Doyle didn't really like that call. Thought it was low because of the curveball motion. But he's in the hole, 1-2. The delivery from Nolan Twilliger. Swing and a miss. And Leo Doyle is down on strikes. All those pitches were low, and it didn't really give Doyle much of a choice. He kind of had to swing at that one to try and stay alive. As that'll bring up Tommy Schroeder with 1 away.
Tommy Schroeder, the extra hitter today. He's batting .318, 1 double, 3 RBIs. He's been hit by a pitch 3 times, tied for the team lead.
His first pitch, low and away for ball 1.
He might be eligible for the golden arm pad, shin pad. I don't know. They have a golden glove. They've got to have a golden something for the leader hit by pitch.
That pitch also in the dirt, 2-0.
Just make it the golden shield. How about that?
Yeah, that'll work. Twilliger's got his pitch. Over the head, the 2-0. Called strike 1 down the heart of the plate. So 2-1 the count now. The delivery. Hit up the middle. Fielded by Grabowski. The throw in time. And there are 2 away here in the bottom of the second. That'll bring up Clayton Kaiser. Clayton Kaiser certainly a power hitter for the Skunks. Trying to keep this inning alive.
Kaiser's average a bit deceptive, batting 161 on the season, does have a home run, 2 RBIs, and a double on the season. His Achilles heel has been the strikeout.
His first pitch is high for ball 1.
Doesn't take too many called third strikes, but it does lead the team with 14 Ks. Just means he's swinging the bat.
The 1-0. Hit high into center field. Camped underneath it is Lalime. And that will be the 3rd out of the inning. In a 1-2-3 inning for Nolan Twilliger. No runs, no hits, no errors. We're going to go to the top of the 3rd, and the score remains the same. 1-0 Skunks favor.
Get your paper here. Jakey's up on the roof with our post-journal paper toss. Thank you, Jeremy. I am here with. And Sam is going to be throwing these papers from up onto the roof down into the bucket. It's very simple. If he makes at least 4 out of his 7 throws, then he'll get a prize. So he's going to shoot the first 3. If he makes them, he makes them. If he misses them, we'll have our lovely assistant Ryan pick up the bucket and move around and try to catch it. Sam, are you ready? He's ready. All right. First throw. Let's see how it goes. Ooh, a little bit more distance on that one, Ryan. You go.
Taking a look at our upcoming promotions. Sunday, June 23rd, a buyout game from GCFCU Community Buyout Night. Doubleheader against the Newark Pilots, 2 and 5:30 p.m. That is free baseball for a doubleheader. And then Tuesday, the 25th, against the Geneva Red Wings, it is $2 night. $2 hot dogs, beer, and bleacher tickets. And then on the 27th, Thursday, is the JCC Community College Community Buyout Night against the Evil Empire, the Batavia Muck Dogs.
So we are just about set to start the top of the 3rd. And it is going to be the top of the order for the Elmira Pioneers. Max Lalime, Matthew Leahy, and Darren Callahan to go through the second time of the batting order. Second time through the batting order for Sam Hoff. And you know what? I think I've done enough so far today. I'm going to go ahead and grab myself a drink of water because it's so hot out. Dre, why don't you have some fun?
All right, thank you very much, Matty G, as it is going to be Lalime, Leahy, and Callahan to face Sam Hoff in his second inning of work. Close game here in the top of the 3rd inning. Tarp Skunks with the 1-0 lead.
Leading off the top of the 3rd for the Elmira Pioneers.
Max Lalime, the center fielder, walked to lead off the game and was gunned down at second on a fielder's choice that went 5-4. So Hoff setting in. And the first pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-1 the count. Leahy on deck. Hoff kicks and throws, and the pitch is grounded up the middle, picked up by Kiefer. Throw on to first is going to be too late, as that was too slow to get to Kiefer.
Kind of an interesting scenario there. Lalime slid into first base head first. You don't see that every day. Everyone usually just tries to beat out that throw.
And you know what? I mean, scientifically, they've done this. They've done it on Sports Science, on ESPN and everything. It does not actually get you to the base faster. In fact, it's more dangerous. But Don't tell that to Lalime as he gets into first. The first pitch to Leahy is taken for a called strike, 0-1. Third hit for the Pioneers. Off comes set, the pitch. Outside for a ball, 1-1. Again, Lalime at first, one of 3 Pioneers with 6 stolen bases on the season. Bobby Stang has to be aware of that. And the pitch. Swinging, there's a line drive into left field. That is going to fall for a base hit. Jones up with it back in the infield, and back-to-back singles for the Pioneers give them something going here with nobody out, and that is going to bring up the first baseman, Darren Callahan. Callahan 1 for 1 on the day, singled, was stranded at second back in the first inning.
That single was through the 3-4 hole on the right field side.
As Hoff's reverse pitch misses for a ball.
And Connor Kiefer in double play depth over at second base, but he is shaded over a little bit, so he is making note of where that last hit was by Darren Callahan.
The pitch. Swinging, there's a ground ball past the diving Stoyanovich and past the diving Kiefer at second, rounding third and heading to the plate and scoring is Lalime, and we are tied at 1 apiece.
And again, that was what I was saying, that ground ball in the same exact place as his first hit. Kiefer was closer to fielding that ball as he was the last hit, but unfortunately it just wasn't enough. It skirted by him by about 1.5 feet, and just like that, the score is tied.
And that's going to bring up Bennett Sheeler now, the designated hitter. Runners at first and third. Nobody out and a run across here for the Pioneers. The pitch missing for a ball. Up and away, 1-0. Sheeler flied out to center in his first at bat. Hoff getting the sign he likes. Checks the runner at first and the 1-0. Misses low for a ball, 2-0.
Again, this is the second time that Sam has been in any sort of jam. First time he's allowed to run across today, but this is unlike Sam Hoff today.
As the 2-0 pitch misses low, 3-0.
This is what, the third or the fourth hitter that Hoff has faced that it's been 3-0?
Third. If my dots are correct in the scorebook, is that next pitch called strike, 3-1. Sheeler taking all the way on that one. And now Hoff comes set, looking for a double play ball. High and tight, and that is going to be ball 4. And now the bases are loaded with nobody out.
And there is actions picking up in the Tarp Skunks bullpen. If I am reading it correctly, that is Gabe Wheeler that has begun stretching and warming up in the bullpen. Hoff's night is becoming on a shorter and shorter leash.
So here we go. Here's Tanner Donati with the bases loaded. The pitch. Ground ball to first. Stoyanovich has it, throws home for 1. No relay throw back. So on the fielder's choice, Leahy thrown out at the plate, 3-2.
And that's the right play there by DJ Stoyanovich. Just unfortunately, with the way that pitch dragged him, it dragged him out of the base path. So he wasn't able to get back to the bag. Usually a double play like that over to the first base side is going to be a 3-2-3 with the first baseman trying to get back to the bag to make the have the relay.
As the first pitch to Coy Schwanger, swing and a miss.
it just pulled him out of the base path, and Kiefer over at second tried to get over to cover first, but he was just too far away at the time. So the double play was taken out of question.
As the 0-1 pitch. Swinging, there's a ground ball to third. Harpalani has it to second for one to throw in a first double play, and the side is retired. 1 run of Karas on 3 hits, 3 runners left on base. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. We're tied at 1.
Tarp Skunks fans, here's a tip from the Jamestown Board of Public Utilities. Do you want to earn the rebate on your BPU solid waste bill?
Support for our coverage of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks is brought to you by Prevention Works in Casa Trinity. Prevention Works in Jamestown, New York provides substance use prevention and social, emotional, learning, and intervention services since 1974. Casa Trinity is dedicated to empowering those on their path to recovery. Hope begins here, and recovery is possible. Both Prevention Works and Casa Trinity are pairing up to educate communities on the dangers of fentanyl that's getting too close to home. 1 pill is enough to kill, especially if it contains fentanyl. It only takes 2 milligrams to take a life, which equates to as small as the tip of a pencil. Be proactive and protect your loved ones by learning more. Visit DEA.gov/1pill if you think someone you know is at risk, or call 716-664-3608. So in the top of the 3rd, the Elmira Pioneers tied up the game. 1 run, 5 hits, 1 error on defense for the Pioneers. 1 run on 1 hit, no errors for the Skunks thus far. As we are going to go to the bottom of the 3rd, the batting order will be Henry Juan, Eli Harpalani, and then the top of the order, Nigel Sebastianelli. And the one thing I got to say, welcome back to Russell E. Diethrick Jr. Park, Henry Juan. Henry Juan returning 5'11", 210, a junior from Williams College, hailing from Big Flats, New York, to a warm return from the Skunks. And here to tell you all about it, it's Dre Guinness.
All right, Henry Juan stepping on the home field for the first time this season, and the first pitch taken for a called strike, 0-1. Juan coming off of an injury. He's only had 8 plate appearances, 1 for 8 on the season. He does have an RBI in that 1 plate appearance as the 0-1 pitch grounded to second. Fry has it, throws on to first, and Juan is put away quickly for out number 1. And that's going to bring up the 3rd baseman, Eli Harpalani. You know, going back to the top of the 3rd inning, I was actually thinking the fact that they could not convert the double play on the ground ball to Stojanovic was a blessing in disguise because it kept the double play alive, and then boom, a double play. As Harpalani takes a called strike.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you there, but the one thing I got to point out, going back to right now, Eli Harpalani in the 10 slot, I like this. He is, as that pitch fouled away, he's been the leadoff guy for the Skunks before. He knows how to be a leadoff hitter. So if you can have a leadoff hitter in the 10 slot to bring about the actual leadoff hitter in the top of the lineup, that can bring about the heart of your order and allow the heart of your order to do some damage.
As the 0-2 pitch inside for a ball, 1-2 the count. Twilliger gets the sign. And the 1-2 pitch taken low for a ball, 2-2. Harpalani, 2 for 23 on the season, only batting 130. However, he has walked 6 times, has been hit by a batter, does have 3 RBIs. So he may not be getting on via the base hit, but he is still getting on base and producing. Sometimes just looking at the average is the wrong way to look at a player. As the 2-2 pitch is fouled off to the right. Somewhere there's got to be a happy middle between, we'll get to this in a second, as the 2-2. Swinging, there's a fly ball into center field. Lalime under it, and he puts it away for out number 2. And that is going to bring up the shortstop, Nigel Sebastianelli.
Nigel Sebastianelli.
Sebastianelli did have a single his first time up, looking to see if he can do that again. He took it on the second pitch, so he hasn't really seen too much from Dylan Twilliger yet.
As Twilliger's first pitch misses in the dirt. You know, I've always been wondering where the happy medium is for baseball analysts, as the pitch is grounded foul weakly down the third base line. It's going to stay fair, and Sebastianelli with a swinging bunt gets aboard on an infield single with 2 away, and that is going to bring up Austin Matranga.
What in the world just happened there? That was like an actual swinging bunt, and a perfect one at that. Legitimately inches from going foul, but it stayed in the grass, and that allowed it to stay fair. No one wanted to touch it to see if it would go foul, and now Connor Kiefer with a chance to keep this inning alive.
Connor Kiefer. I said Matranga, but I did not update my scorebook, so that is on me. It is Connor Kiefer the batter.
And Sebastianelli doing that dance on first again. Sebastianelli wanting to be a thorn in Twilliger's side.
And that pitch misses inside for a ball. 1-0. Sebastianelli on first base. It reminds me of a mosquito buzzing around your ear at midnight when you're trying to fall asleep. And for the Tarp Skunks, that is a good thing. As the next pitch taken for a strike. 1-1 the count. Sebastianelli dancing off first as the next pitch fouled way back. 1-2 the count.
Kiefer flew out to center field his first time up.
Hasn't had a lot of opportunities at the plate, looking to take advantage here. 1-2, 2 away. Sebastianelli takes the lead, swinging. There's a ground ball up the middle, base hit. Moving to second is Sebastianelli. And the Tarp Skunks keep the inning alive here. 2 on, 2 out. And that is going to bring up DJ Stoyanovich.
You know, we always talk about a phrase in baseball called win the inning. When it comes to baseball, you want a short-term memory, and you want to take it play by play, inning by inning. And when it comes to winning the inning, you want to have the same or more runs than your opponent per inning. At minimum, tie. And that's what they're looking to do here with a runner on second, try to tie it.
Stoyanovich with a line drive down the line in left field. That is going to go all the way to the wall. Sebastianelli will score. Kiefer rounding third. There's going to be a throw to the plate. It is not in time. And into second base with a 2-run double is DJ Stoyanovich. And it is now 3-1 Skunks.
And I talk about tying the inning. Stoyanovich with one swing of the bat decides, you know what? I'm going to go and win the inning and give Huff some insurance as well, taking a 2-run lead here in the bottom of the third. And it is a crooked number put up for the Skunks here in the bottom of the third. And with 2 away, somehow, some way, this inning is still alive.
Is it me, or does the Tarp Skunks have the propensity for playing better with 2 outs?
They always have. I talked about this last game that they had here at home. The second and third inning are the ones that I recall clearly. 2 quick outs, and then the bases were loaded.
And that bottom of the ninth inning when they got 3, as Bobby Stang steps in, he swings and he hits one to center field. That's a base hit. Stoyanovich being waved around third. He's heading to the plate. The throw cut off, and Bobby Stang with an RBI single, and it's 4-1 Tarp Skunks.
This game being blown open very quickly I'm not seeing any motion from the Pioneers head coach. With an inning like this, if I were the head coach, I would want to get the bullpen moving a little bit, at least get them stretching, have them warming up, and I'm seeing the I'll get to this in a second.
As Kobe Jones swings and hits a fly ball out to center field, Lalime under it, and he puts it away for the third out of the inning. But what an inning it was for the Tarp Skunks. 3 runs on 4 hits, 1 runner left on base. We go to the top of the 4th inning, 4-1 Skunks.
And I'm going to keep it here for half a second. I was laughing at the Tarp Skunks dugout really fast because of the way that DJ Stoyanovich was running around third. He was running almost like, have you ever seen the movie Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs?
Bits and pieces.
They were mocking him with the way he was running because he was running like the police officer from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. With the way he was pumping his arms, it was almost robotic. I see 3 of them. I saw Aiden Wallace. I saw, let me see, who else did I see down there? There were a couple of others. I think it was Benjamin Escobar. And I saw Griffin White. All 3 of them started at one end of the dugout, looked at Stoyanovich, high-fived him, and then just started running and mimicking him, heading to the other side of the dugout. So the culture for this team is staying hot. It is staying like they're laughing, they're having a good time, they're playing Tarp Skunks baseball the way it is meant to be played, having a fun time, and it is paying dividends as they now go into a 3-run lead here in the top of the 4th. As Sam Hoff is starting to do his warm-ups, it's going to be Aiden Frey, Eddie Kaufman, and Manuel Castro, the 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Elmira Pioneers going into the top of the 4th. And after the chaotic bottom of the 3rd, you've been getting a lot of innings, Dre, or a lot of runs and a lot of reps, Dre. Why don't you keep it going a little bit?
You know what? I feel like the good luck charm. You might just want to call me the rabbit's foot or something. I don't know. Seems like I've been getting a lot of the crooked numbers lately for the Tarp Skunks, and we'll see if we can keep that going in the bottom of the 4th. But before we get there, Sam Huff starting his 4th inning of work as he's going to take on Aiden Frey.
Are you calling me bad luck?
No, not at all. As the first pitch. Misses for a ball, 1-0. Now, because you've had your golden rabbit's foot innings. As the pitch. Missing for a ball, 2-0. It's all about superstition in baseball.
I was going to say, superstition is a massive factor in baseball, and I'm no skeptic when it comes to it. I follow superstition heavily.
What was your biggest superstition as that pitch is miss out for a ball, 3-0 to Frey?
My biggest superstition when I was on the mound was the song AC/DC's Thunderstruck. As it's the 4-pitch walk for Sam Hoff there, not what you want to see. For me, it was always AC/DC's Thunderstruck. When I was on the mound, if I heard AC/DC's Thunderstruck playing from the PA system while I was warming up in between innings, it did not matter how confident I was, how much momentum I had. It didn't matter what it was. If I heard that song in between innings, I was giving up a crooked inning or crooked number that inning every single time. I don't know why. It happened every time without fail.
As Bennett make that, Eddie Kaufman steps in. He takes the ball, 1-0. Kaufman 0 for 1 on the day. Grounded out to third back in the 2nd inning. Frey off first, and the pitch. Missing on the inside for a ball, 2-0.
And that is 6 straight balls here this inning for Sam Hoff. The action in the bullpen is picking up.
You know, Ryan Hill wants to give Huff 5 innings. As that one right down the middle for a called strike. 2-1 the count. And I think he's gonna give him, I think, a little bit more of a leash with a 3-run lead. Want to qualify for that win as the next pitch taken for a called strike. 2-2 now to Kaufman. Manuel Castro on deck. Frey leads off first. Huff gets the sign. Doesn't check the runner. Kicks and throws the 2-2. Called strike 3. Kaufman couldn't believe it, thought it was inside a little bit. Has a parting word for our home plate umpire, but that is one away now, as that is Huff's first strikeout of the game.
He almost pulled a little matrix play there, trying to see if he could have a little acting gig in that pitch on the inside corner. Nothing doing from the home plate umpire, though.
As Manuel Castro steps in, misses the first pitch for a ball, 1-0 the count. Castro walked back in the second inning, was left stranded on the bases. Hoff hoping to leave Fry stranded as the next pitch misses 2-0. And at this point, you also take into consideration with Huff, you don't want to overwork him. You don't want to overextend him in this heat. Because while right now he may be loose, as this game goes on, start looking at damage at rotator cuff and some of the tendons in the arm as the next pitch in for a strike, 2-1. So, I mean, if I'm managing the team, my hope is to get 5 out of Huff and then get him out and turn it over to the bullpen. As the pitch, 2-2 the count.
But
that was taken for a strike.
But you also have to take Hoff's feelings into account. Like, if he's rolling through 5, look at him and say, listen, I'm looking to go to the bullpen, but how do you feel? Do you feel you can go? Like, tell him his pitch count, give him his numbers, so that way he can make a decision as well.
As the 2-2 pitch misses, so Castro works the count full. And I think you do have a point there, but at some point, you as the manager, you have to make the decision. So 3-2 the count to Castro. Runner goes, the pitch swung on. There's a line drive into right field. That's going to be a base hit. Sliding to cut it off is Kaiser. Rounding third on his way to home without a throw is Frey. Into second base with an RBI double is Castro, and it's 4-2.
It was a hit and run play, kind of a dangerous spot to have a hit and run for the Elmira Pioneers, but it ended up paying dividends as Kaiser is playing more towards right center than he is down the right field line. And so because of that, that ball nearly got by him, and both runners, Frey and Castro, taking advantage and getting one extra base out of it.
As the first pitch to Grubowski was offered at and miss. 0-1 the count. Grubowski grounded out to third back in the second inning. One run across for the Pioneers, 1 out, and the pitch squared around a bunt, right back to Huff. Picks it up, throwing to first, and the sacrifice is good as Castro goes over to third base to flip the top of the order for Max Lalime.
And now they're going to fix the infield. With the way that Sam Hoff picked up that ball, his cleats almost acted as a knife in the ground, and he picked up a chunk of the grass and took it with him as he made the throw over. So they're going to have to fix that. Hopefully that doesn't play a factor more than it should.
Golfers would say replace your divots. Huff pulling up a chunk of grass that looked worthy of a 3-wood as Lalime steps in, and the first pitch. Swing and a miss.
Do you golf?
I can't anymore physically, but I did at one time. I was not very good at it. I was better at like irons and the short game. When it came to driving, I could never hit the ball straight. I would always when I hit it, it would go about 75 yards straight and then take that right turn at Albuquerque and end up who knows where.
No, I know the feeling. I have the baseball swing when it comes to golf, so I've never been good.
The 0-1 pitch. Lalime hits that one out to center, heading over and making the catch is Doyle. And the side is retired, but a run comes across on one hit. One runner left on base. We head to the bottom of the fourth inning. It's 4-2 Tarp Skunks.
You know, Jake, I'm a little hungry.
Support for our coverage of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks is brought to you by Plyler Entry Systems in Jamestown. Plyler Entry Systems has been serving the area since 1967. They are a proud member of the Builders Association of Northwestern PA, the Manufacturer and Business Association, and the International Door Association. They offer a wide variety of products from a number of major manufacturers within the industry. When it comes to doors, they are the experts. Plyler Entry Systems is the proud sponsor of Whiffy, the Jamestown Tarp Skunks official mascot. To learn more about Plyler Entry Systems, call 716-296-0595 or visit plylerentry.com. So, Dylan Twilliger will remain on the mound for his fourth inning of work against the Jamestown Tarp Skunks, as it is going to be Leo Doyle, Tommy Schroeder, and Clayton Kaiser, the 6, 7, 8 hitters for the Tarp Skunks, as the last out was Kobe Jones' last inning, a fly out to center field. Looking to tack on more runs from that 3-run inning, last inning, and again, have that short-term memory, in my opinion. You completely forget that 3-run inning ever happened. Forget it happened. You just had a run scored against you. Go and win this inning. Minimum tie, but go and win this inning. Take it inning by inning, win this one, and then move on to the next. But here to tell you if they do that or not, it's Dre Guinness.
All right, Matty G, as Leo Doyle steps in 0 for 1 with a strikeout back in the second inning as Twilliger begins his fourth inning of work. First pitch called a strike at the knees, and it's 0-1. Doyle, Schroeder, and Kaiser, the 6, 7, 8 hitters, due up this inning, and the next pitch low and away for a ball, 1-1. Doyle has yet to take a walk this season. As the 1-1 pitch. Swinging, there's a fly ball into center field. Lalime making his way over and reaches up and makes the catch for out number 1.
And I guess that will hold true.
That is the 5th fly out to center field for the Tarp Skunks in this ballgame. As Tommy Schroeder, the designated hitter, steps up.
But you know what that tells me, though? They have Twilliger timed up well. Obviously, you're going to be looking to hit the ball straight away. Left and right field are kind of like if you're super early or super late. So if you're timed up well, you're going to hit it straight away. And the Tarp Skunks have been doing just that. If they have 5 flyouts to center, that tells me that they have it, but they're just hitting it straight to someone.
Count now 1-1 to Schroeder. As he's taken the first 2 pitches of this at-bat, Twilliger kicks and throws. And that ball did not hit him.
I know what happened. Tommy Schroeder leaned into the pitch. And because he leaned into the pitch, it leaned into him and it hit him in the strike zone. So the count is 1-2.
That is a call you don't see very often. As the pitch swinging, there's a drive out to center field. Lalime there again and puts it away for out number 2. You know, eventually these, the Skunks have been driving the ball. Eventually these are going to start finding gaps. And when they find gaps, or if they can get up into that humidity and let the ball carry it, it could be trouble for the Pioneers as Clayton Kaiser steps in, the right fielder, and the pitch misses for a ball 1-0.
And wouldn't you know it, Kaiser was one of the now 6 flyouts to center on his first time up.
Kaiser's just got some power if he can straighten one out. That right field fence looks inviting as that pitch misses for a ball. 2-0 the count. Two-0 pitch. Way inside for a ball. 3-0. And so now Kaiser in the driver's seat. And I'm thinking he's got the green light. The 3-0 pitch in the dirt, and it gets past the catcher Schwanger. Kaiser ran to first, possibly thinking to stretch that into a 2-bag.
And you know what I'm hearing from the Tarp Skunks fans right now?
What's that?
Over in the Pew Crew area, I am hearing an Oklahoma State classic. When there are the possibility of 4 balls in a row, 5 balls in a row, they're chanting the next number up. He just had 4 straight balls, so now I'm hearing them chant ball 5, ball 5.
Henry Juwan takes a called strike. 0-1 the count.
Something that Oklahoma State does a ton, and it can really mess with the head of the opposing pitcher if there are enough people doing it at one time.
The pitch, whoa, almost hitting Kaiser as a line drive into right field for a base hit.
That was some matrix reaction time there by Clayton Kaiser, as if that would have hit him, he would have been out.
In more ways than one.
Yeah, because that was right by his head, so he would have been out on the base path and also out with a concussion because that ball was hit on a frozen rope.
So Henry Juwan getting his first home hit of the season, and that's going to bring up Eli Harpelani as the pitch. Swinging, there's a line drive up the middle, diving stop by Grabowski to throw into second, not in time, and everyone is safe.
The tarp has now been pulled over the field. We are full of Skunks here with 2 away, and once again, it is the same Tarp Skunks trope. Doyle flew out, Schroeder flew out, and now all of a sudden, Kaiser's on base, Juwan's on base, and Harpelani's on base. The bases are loaded with 2 away. It's, again, the same thing I was talking about. It's good to see a bunch of people on base, but can you do it with less than 2 outs, please? You're giving me a heart attack, and I'm going to have high blood pressure by the end of this.
As Nigel Sebastianelli steps in 2 for 2 on the day, Terwilliger in trouble, and the pitch. Swinging, there's a ground ball to second. Fielded by Frey, throw to first, and the inning is over. The Tarp Skunks threaten but do not score. No runs on 1 hit, 3 runners left on base. We go to the top of the 5th inning. It's still 4-2 Tarp Skunks.
She's going to race with you today. Now, Tarp Skunks fans, what do you think? You think Halloween can beat Whitney? I think so too. So we're going to have Whitney run down the 3rd baseline and Halloween run down the 3rd. Let's see who can win. Are you guys ready? On your mark, get set, go! And they're off. Halloween is moving, but Whitney's moving. Let's see who can do that. Come on now, let's get go.
As we approach the top of the 5th inning, give you a quick summary of this ball game. For the Tarp Skunks, 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors. For the Pioneers, 2 runs, 6 hits, 1 error. Nolan Terwilliger has matched his season total for pitching this season, as we are going to get a new pitcher on the mound for the Tarp Skunks, and it's Gabe Wheeler. Wheeler, 6'1", 160 pounds, at a Central Catholic High School in Clearwater, Florida. Plays at the University of Tampa, right-handed pitcher. Wheeler, in his 4th appearance, has gone 5 1/3 innings. It's given up 7 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned, walked 1, struck out 5, comes in with a 6.75 ERA. So Huff's day is done after 4 innings. It's going to be Leahy, Callahan, and Sheeler for the Pioneers. And back on the mic, it's Matty G.
I'm back. Did you miss me?
No, you were right here the whole time.
Yeah, you're right. I had to get some waters. It's hot up here. Make sure you're well hydrated if you're going to be in the heat for a long day.
Make sure you're checking in on the elderly and pets. Make sure your pets have plenty of water. I have 9 pets at home.
What?
7 cats, 2 dogs.
Yo, you got a zoo at home.
Yeah.
As it is now, Matthew Leahy stepping up to the plate, the extra hitter tonight, has seen the base path twice against Sam Huff, but now he will see what he can do against Gabe Wheeler. As Wheeler's first delivery of the night, called strike 1 on the outside corner.
Leahy 1 for 2 on the day.
The 0-1. Swing and a whiff. Took a healthy hack at it, but he was a little early on the changeup. And the count is quickly 0-2. Wheeler gets his sign from Stang. The windup and fire. Chop foul behind him towards the Tarp Skunks dugout. And it will not be a 1-2-3 out for Wheeler, as Leahy doesn't want to go down without a fight.
No immaculate inning happening here.
The 0-2. Hit high into right field. Coming underneath it is Kaiser, and he will make the running grab. Loses his hat in the process. And there is one away.
Kaiser doing a good job shading the right-handed hitter a little bit toward the right field line. Learned his lesson from last inning and was able to get that right before hitting the foul line.
Gabe Wheeler will give Kaiser some time to get back to right field as Darren Callahan steps into the batter's box now. His first pitch. Curveball just a little outside. Counts 1-0.
So we'll give you the final line on Huff here in just a moment after this pitch.
The 1-0 lined into left field right at Kobe Jones. And a line out will make it 2 away.
Huff goes 4 innings, 2 runs, 6 hits. Both runs earned, walked 5, only struck out 1. So definitely a little bit different.
And that brings up Bennett Sheeler. Sheeler trying to find something here with 2 outs. His first pitch, curveball. Big looper drops into the zone for strike 1. Sheeler has seen the base path once, as that was lined right at Wheeler. Kind of a, hey, look what I found. Good reaction time in a 1-2-3 inning, and he giving the little finger wag saying, no soup for you. You're not getting by me. 1-2-3 inning for Gabe Wheeler. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Score remains 4-2 Skunks.
Yeah,
Support for our coverage of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks is brought to you by the Davies Investment Group in Painted Post, New York. In a world filled with financial choices, finding the right path can be daunting, but fear not, because the Davies Investment Group of Benjamin F. Edwards is here to guide you every step of the way. With over a century of combined experience, this dedicated team is committed to helping you achieve your financial goals. They take the time to understand your unique needs and aspirations, crafting personalized strategies designed to grow and protect your wealth. But they don't stop there. They collaborate with your trusted advisors to ensure a comprehensive approach tailored specifically to you. When it comes to your financial future, trust the experts from the Davies Investment Group of Benjamin F. Edwards. Contact Davies Investment Group today at daviesinvestmentgroup.com or visit them at 310 Town Center Road, Suite 201, Painted Post, New York, 14870. Davies Investment Group, member SIPC. As we head to the bottom of the fifth inning, Connor Kiefer, DJ Stoyanovich, and Bobby Stang, the 2-3-4 hitters, will face Twilliger in his fifth inning of work, and it's Matty G on the mic.
Thank you very much. First pitch from Twilliger over the heart of the plate for strike one. Kind of a timing check swing there by Connor Kiefer. So Twilliger has doubled the amount of innings that he has done so far this season today alone, as that is a swing and a miss, and the count is quickly 0-2. Connor Kiefer has seen the base path, has scored once back in the third inning. Trying to use that to his advantage. The 0-2 from Twilliger, low and away. Counts now 1-2.
Kiefer, one of 6 Tarp Skunks to fly out to La Lime in center. It's almost turning into an exclusive club.
The 1-2 delivery. Check swing by Twilliger, fielded by Frey. The throw on the run in time for out number 1.
Good play by Frey, because Twilliger made a motion like he was half-heartedly going for it. And as the second baseman, I've been in situations where I've actually thought the pitcher was going to have the ball, and I've backed up. So, good concentration, stay with the play, and getting Kiefer by a step and a half.
DJ Stoyanovich to the plate now. He had a double last time up, scoring 2. His first pitch on the outside corner for strike 1.
One thing I can say about the 3 pitchers that have appeared in the game now is that they've all been around the strike zone. You don't see a lot of wild pitches. You don't see a lot of pass balls today.
And that just makes it clean baseball and what you like to see. There's that pitch chopped over towards third, fielded by Castro. The throw way around the outside of the bag, but the tag made by Callahan on the hip of Stoyanovich. So almost an error by Castro, but a 5-3 tag out makes it 2 away for Bobby Stang.
And I love the way that Castro played that ball. As it was coming down, you could see his eyes and his glove tracking it. So before it could take a short hop on him, able to pick it at third.
So 2 away. First pitch from Twilliger to Stang. Low and away for ball 1. Twilliger has his pitch. The over-the-head rock and fire lined into center field, and that's going to drop for a 2-out base hit. So once again, 1 out, 2 out, and a runner's aboard.
You've heard the phrase, I'm sure, that every time you go to the ballpark, you see something new. This season, I have never seen a team so productive with 2 outs.
Kobe Jones to the plate now, looking to see if this momentum will hold true. As his first pitch, high for ball 1. It's almost getting to the point where the Skunks should just sacrifice their first two guys and just play with 2 outs the entire time. As that's going to line down the left field line and drop for a base hit. Stang rounding second. He will try for third. Kobe Jones will stop at second, and Stang stopping at third. It is a 2-out double for Kobe Jones.
Yeah, Kobe Jones taking it the other way for his second hit today, and I got to admit, I had the same thought. Just, the first 2 guys out, we'll just work with 2 outs for the this is weird.
It's Twilight Zone-esque indeed, as Leo Doyle steps up to the plate now. Runner on second and third with 2 outs here, as his first windup and delivery this AB from Twilliger. Low and away, ball 1. Still no action in the Pioneers bullpen. As the 1-0 pitch to Doyle, called strike 1 at the knees. 1-1 the count now. Stang off of third, Kobe Jones off of second. The 1-1 pitch to Leo Doyle. That's going to get by the catcher, and that is going to allow Bobby Stang to score. A wild pitch by Nolan Twilliger, and the score is now 5-2 Skunks.
Well, it's the announcer's curse. I said we hadn't seen a lot of wild pitches, and at just the right time, a wild pitch.
So 2-1, 2 out. Kobe Jones off of third now. The wheel and deal from Twilliger. That clipped him on the wrist. And Doyle with the HPB hit by pitch is aboard, and the runners are now on the corners.
And you want to talk about dangerous hitters. Tommy Schroeder, who went 3 for 5 last home game, coming up here today. He is 0 for 2, but he has been timing it up, and that means that he is due for an RBI single right here.
So Kobe Jones off of third. Leo Doyle off of first. Twilliger comes set. His first pitch to Schroeder. Grounded over towards short. Fielded barehanded by Grabowski. And the throw out to second. Fielder's choice for the third out of the inning. 1 run on 2 hits. 3 hits. 2 runners left on base. We go to the top of the 6th. The score is now 5-2 Skunks.
Support for our coverage of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks is brought to you by Prevention Works in Casa Trinity. Prevention Works in Jamestown, New York provides substance use and prevention and social, emotional, learning, and intervention services since 1974. Casa Trinity is dedicated to empowering those on their path to recovery. Hope begins here, and recovery is possible. Both Prevention Works and Casa Trinity are pairing up to educate communities on the dangers of fentanyl that is getting too close to home. 1 pill is enough to kill, especially if it's fentanyl. It only takes 2 milligrams to take a life, which equates to the tip of a pencil. Be proactive and protect your loved ones by learning more. Visit DEA.gov/1pill if you think someone you know is at risk, or call 716-664-3608. So Gabe Wheeler on the mound getting ready to start his second inning of work. He will face the 5, 6, 7 hitters, Donati, Schwenger, and Frey for the Elmira Pioneers. And here to tell you all about it, guess who's back? Back again. It's Matty G.
I'm not Slim Shady, but you know what? I'll take that. His newest single is absolutely fire. If you haven't listened to Houdini, go check that out because it is really, really good.
It has a ridiculous amount of views on YouTube. I think the official Vivo count is 75 million.
And in only like a couple of weeks, too.
Yeah.
In my opinion, this, besides Thriller, because that's out of principle, Houdini is the best music video I've ever seen. As the first pitch to Frey in there for strike one. Or, no, never mind, to Coy Schwanger. No. I'm still too busy talking about Eminem. You got me on a tangent. Tanner Donati. 0-1 to Donati. His next pitch, low for ball one. Counts 1-1. Now we're back on track. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
The 1-1 from Wheeler. Curveball high and inside.
It's part of the learning process for this gig. You have to be able to, think about three things at once.
2-1. The wheel and deal from Wheeler. Hit high into center field. Camped underneath it. Can of corn for Leo Doyle. And there is one away.
Next in the batter's box for the Pioneers, the catcher, number 16, Coy Schwanger.
And that will bring up Coy Schwanger. Now we're back on track. But you ever heard of like really weird baseball names? How about Coy Schwanger?
Definitely one of my favorites, I think. I've always been a fan of the I won't say weird because, it's weird is subjective, but the unusual names in baseball. I love it.
Unique.
Yes, unique.
As that first pitch is on the outside corner, strike one to Schwanger. The wheel and deal from Wheeler, swang on and hit into the Pioneers bullpen. 0-2 now.
I think my favorite name of anyone who's ever played the game was former San Diego Padre Archie Cianfrocco.
The 0-2 wheel and deal, low for ball one. And, it's kind of an interesting thing. The names of both players right now, pitcher and batter, go hand in hand. You got the wheel and deal from Wheeler, and then Schwanger swings on as that pitch is swang on and fouled off of his ankle. Like, I'm not wrong here.
I was talking about, the focusing on three things at one time. Yeah, I can't do that. No.
You gonna take your own advice?
No, absolutely not. Why do you think it was 20 years between baseball games that I called?
True. So 1-2 the count now. The pitch from Wheeler. Swang on and hit over towards first. Fielded by Stoyanovich. The throw to Wheeler at first. In time. The ball was bobbled by Stoyanovich. And it is PFP's pitcher's fielding positions to make it 2 away here. And that'll bring up Aiden Frey.
Stoyanovich, I thought he had it tracked. It kicked off the side of his glove, but not far enough away for it to make a difference. It did make the play a little bit closer at first, but good job by Wheeler to get over to cover.
As first pitch to Frey, low and away for ball one. There is action over in the Pioneers bullpen. The pitch from Wheeler to Frey, low and away again, 2-0.
And judging by what I'm seeing, I think it's Zach Nelson. Nelson, 5'11", 250.
Swing and a miss. Healthy hack taken by Aiden Frey here. Counts 2-1. So 2-1, 2 out. Nobody on base here. As the wheel and deal Curveball called strike 2 on the outside corner. So Wheeler working all the way back from 2-0 to 2-2. As the 2-2 pitch, foul back to the backstop, and we will do that all over again.
Frey lucky to get a piece of that one off the end of the bat in protect mode.
Wheeler's got his pitch. The delivery is hit high into shallow right field. Underneath it is Clayton Kaiser, and it is another 1-2-3 inning for Gabe Wheeler. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base. We're going to go to the bottom of the 6th inning now. Score remains the same, 5-2.
And a lot of balance. Jake, down to you. Thank you, Jeremy. So I'm here with Jackson and Riley. We're going to be playing a game of Disney ball today. They have to spin around these bats 15 times and shoot the ball into the bucket. Whoever makes the first wins. You boys ready? All right, let's get it started. Count us off, guys. And go. And they're spinning. And they're spinning. And I'm getting dizzy. And they're spinning. Start fans, let's hear it for them. Let's get loud. Come on now. Let's get loud, honey boys. They're getting spinning. Oh, he's getting spinning. He might fall over. Come on now, keep spinning. We got one hand down. Come on now, get up. Let's keep spinning. And 15, and we got one. And down he goes. He trips over his own back. And he's got to shoot. You got to shoot it. And he gets lucky. You got to get a rebound. You got to go run and get the rebound. Come on now, boys. And they're coming back, and they're the 15 minutes wearing off. Let's see who makes it first. And I love the forward. Oh! I would love this was the NBA Finals the way these guys are shooting. Come on now, boys. Let's make these shots. Oh, you go on. He breaks it. Come on now, boys.
New pitcher on the mound for the Pioneers is going to be Zach Nelson. Right-handed pitcher, 5'11", 250 pounds, sophomore out of SUNY Corning. Makes his home in Corning, New York. On the season, Nelson has gone 7 innings, given up 2 earned runs, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts, and comes in with a 2.57 ERA.
And I just got to say, look at that hair.
That is a beautiful mane of hair right there.
Yeah, but you got to think he's sweating to death underneath all that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Believe it or not, I actually had long hair twice like that. And the summers were the absolute worst.
For the Elmira Pioneers, number 52, Zach Nelson.
So Zach Nelson now, the pitcher for the Pioneers. He will face Kaiser, Juwan, and Harpalani, the 8-9-10 hitters. And once again, stepping to the plate, it's Matty G.
Hello. So, the lion's mane of hair, Zach Nelson, up to the mound now for the Elmira Pioneers. First time for the Tarp Skunks facing a new pitcher, as Nolan Twilliger went 5 innings of work. First pitch from Zach Nelson. That almost looked like a knuckleball. It was a knuckleball. Kaiser just made the motion for a knuckle. Zach Nelson is a knuckler, as that pitch was over the heart of the plate for strike 1. As that pitch is lined down to second base, fielded by Frey, 4-3 put away. So Kaiser's got some scouting reports to give the Tarp Skunks dugout, as this is the first knuckleballer I have seen this entire season.
Yeah, it's a dying art form, and it sure is effective. That had some funky movement. Let's see what Henry Juwan can do with it.
Juwan's first pitch. Called strike 1. That looked like maybe a knuckleball again. So Zach Nelson, his next pitch, there's the knuckleball.
There
that one
is-
dropped out of the plate. dropped off the plate, 1-1 now.
No spin on that knuckler at all. That is insane. I'm trying to read the seams.
The 1-1 fastball low, 2-1 now.
And that's almost unfair. Having that knuckleball and then being able to change into a fastball is just...
For whatever reason, the one knuckleballer I can think of off the top of my head is R.A. Dickey. As that pitch is a changeup, foul down the left field line.
R.A. Dickey, there was one for Tim Wakefield for the
Tim
Red Sox.
Wakefield,
Yeah, that's
there's the name. I was thinking of him, but for whatever reason, his name just wouldn't pop into my brain. The 2-2 to Henry Juwan. Lined into center field. Coming in is Lalime, and he will not make the grab. That will fall for a one-out base hit. And the second hit of the night for Henry Juwan.
And
Juwan
we have
feeling comfortable in that Tarp Skunks uni.
breaking news. The Tarp Skunks with a runner on base before 2 outs.
Since when? So Eli Harpolani to the plate now.
Henry Juwan broke the cipher right there.
Nelson comes set. His first pitch to Harpolani is outside for ball 1.
Harpolani has flied out to center and reached first on a fielder's choice back in the 4th inning. Officially 0 for 2.
Juwan off first. The pitch. Knuckleballer in the dirt. 2-0 now.
You know, I admire the fact that Nelson does throw a knuckleball. It is not an easy pitch, but as a knuckleballer, you're taking your chances as well.
The pitch hit high into center field. Underneath it is Lalime for the second out of the inning, and that is number 7 fly out to center field. Lalime getting almost 3 full innings of work out there in terms of having outs on his own. But now there are 2 away for Nigel Sebastianelli.
He's definitely earned his Gatorade today.
So Nigel Sebastianelli up now. Juwan off first. As Sebastianelli's first pitch lined into center field, into left center, and that is going to be made on a diving catch by Donati. Donati coming in from left. He had the momentum on it and a diving grab for the 3rd out of the inning. What a layout by Donati there. But stops the bottom of the 6th. No runs, 1 hit, 1 runner left on base. We go now to the top of the 7th with the score still 5-2.
Now for a wide variety of products from a number of the major manufacturers in the industry. When it comes to doors, we are the experts. Hey, Jake, what's up, buddy?
Just to reread off the 50/50 and the car wash, we have a white Toyota with an Alabama license plate of 1A0WP35. And we have the 50/50 ticket of 2397301.
So as we go to the top of the 7th inning, a quick recap of the game as we're 2/3 of the way through. 5 runs, 10 hits, no errors for the Skunks. 2 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error for the Elmira Pioneers as Gabe Wheeler enters his 3rd inning of work. He will be facing the 8, 9, 10 hitters in the order: Kaufman, Castro, and Grabowski. And once again, my time as head of this crew is over for now. Dre Guinness stepping up to the plate once again.
All right, as we head to the final 3 frames of this ball game, 8, 9, and 10 will hit for the Pioneers. Eddie Kaufman, the right fielder, stepping in. He is 0 for 2 on the day, grounded out to third and struck out swinging. Back in the fourth inning, the only strikeout for the Pioneers on the day as that pitch popped up to center. Easy play for Doyle, and that quickly is one away.
One pitch, one out. Efficiency is key.
Center field has gotten a lot of action today. That is the fourth or fifth put out, but it looks like fourth by Doyle himself. Combine that with 7 in center field for Lalime. So 11 outs in this game have all gone to center field.
You want to talk about timing? It looks like both teams have the pitchers timed up pretty well, just continuously hit right at somebody.
As Manuel Castro steps in, 1 for 1 officially, doubled with an RBI. Back in the 5th inning, he also walked and was stranded in the 2nd. Castro waits. And the pitch. Swinging, there's a fly ball to center field. Doyle under it, makes the catch, 2 away.
What is going on right now? There's multiple Twilight Zone things happening right now.
There is like a jet stream that is going to straightaway center field. And the funny part is there's absolutely no wind out there.
You call it a jet stream. I call it a magnetic pull. Whatever the case, it's now 12 outs on both sides of the field. Hit to Doyle or Lalime.
As the first pitch to Grabowski misses for a ball 1-0, it looks like Lalime and Doyle are doing their best Thanos impression. Fine, I'll do it myself. And the pitch fouled at the plate, 1-1.
Grabowski still looking for his first hit on the season. Came into this game 0 for 16, 0 for 2 on the day so far. Technically 0 for 1. He had the sacrifice bunt in the 3rd inning. Fourth inning.
Ground ball to short. Bobbled on the backhand by Sebastianelli. And Grabowski will get aboard here.
But it still doesn't count as a hit for him, unfortunately, because it was an error by Sebastianelli. And I'm looking at Grabowski on first, and he is having a bit of a smile, a slight amount of frustration, because he's like, that should have been my first hit. Why did he have to miss it?
That's the
unfortunate luck of baseball.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what the best way to say it was, but you hit it right on the head as the first pitch to the line is swung on a miss. 0-1 the count. Lalime on the day, 1 for 2. He has walked in the first, singled, and flew out to center. As that pitch misses outside for a ball 1-1. Leahy on deck would hit next. Kaiser giving him a lot of room down the line at right. Swung on, there's a line drive down the line at right. Rounding second on his way to third, and holding there is Grabowski as Lalime hits into second with a stand-up double, and there are runners at second and third with 2 away for Matthew Leahy.
This inning almost ended on that hit right there. Stojanovic was playing the hot corner with a lefty at the plate. The right side is going to be the hot corner, and Stojanovic was playing on the grass. He only had about a half second to respond to that pitch. Had his glove up, but just missed the ball. And so it was down the line, and good on Kaiser for getting the ball in as quick as he did to prevent Grabowski from scoring on that pitch, as we have seen speedsters on the base paths today. But now 2 away here for Matthew Leahy, who's kind of been a thorn in the side of Sam Huff originally.
Yeah, reached on a fielder's choice and singled back in the third, flew out to right in his last at-bat as the first pitch was a strike. 0-1 the count. Pioneers' best opportunity right here as the pitch misses for a ball, 1-1.
Kind of a crucial moment here as the tying run is at the plate right now. You know, 2 runs of insurance is good, but in my opinion, as a former pitcher, not enough to feel comfortable.
And the pitch. Swinging, there's a line drive into left field, a base hit. 1 run will score. Holding at third is Lalime. Staying at first is Leahy, and it's now 5-3.
And like I said, they can just chip away, but you look at it, now there's only 1 run of insurance. I only call it 1 run of insurance because technically you don't have any insurance if it's a 1-run ball game. So they only had 2 runs of insurance going into this. Now they only have 1. And that run of insurance is currently 90 feet away from scoring. And it's the heart of the plate. Darren Callahan up right now.
Callahan, left-handed hitter. Facing Wheeler, 2 away here in the top of the 7th inning. Runners at first and third, and the first pitch misses for a ball, 1-0. Leahy taking a big secondary lead at first, and the pitch misses for a ball, 2-0.
There is more action over in the Tarp Skunks bullpen. So it is very possible this could be Wheeler's last inning of work. 4 innings of work for Hoff, 3 innings of work for Wheeler, and then 2 innings for the closer. Might be the plan of Hill.
Runner goes, pitch taken outside, throw down to second is not in time as Leahy dodged the tag.
And Wheeler is not happy. Having words on his own, I heard him scream no, clear as day. He thought that he had Leahy dead to rights with that pitch from Stang. But unfortunately, umpire's answer is final, and it's 3-0 to Darren Callahan.
So now Callahan with runners at second and third, 3-0 the count. 2 down here in the top of the 7th. The pitch misses for a ball, and that is going to load the bases here.
And now time is going to be called.
Ryan Hill coming out to have a conference at the mound as we are.
Is actually the assistant coach coming out to have a talk with Gabe Wheeler. Ryan Hill did motion to the Tarp Skunks bullpen, gave him the little quicken the pace signal, telling him speed it up a little bit. We might need you here very, very soon, as the go-ahead run is currently on first base.
So here's where we currently stand. Bases loaded, 2 out, top of the 7th inning. 1 run across already. And the damage done with 2 outs here seems to be a familiar theme. And Gabe Wheeler now facing Bennett Sheeler, the designated hitter. And the pitch. Swinging, there's a fly ball into center. Doyle making his way over. He makes the catch. And the side is retired. No runs on 1 hit. 3 runners left on base. We go to 1 run on 1 hit. 3 runners left on base. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. 5-3 Tarp Skunks.
Are you going to sing along to the 7th inning stretch, Dre?
No, they don't allow me to sing on the air.
For your sake or for everyone else's sakes?
Both.
Support for our coverage of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks is brought to you by Prevention Works and Casa Trinity. Prevention Works in Jamestown, New York provides substance use and prevention and social, emotional, learning, and intervention services since 1974. Casa Trinity is dedicated to empowering those on their path to recovery. Hope begins here, and recovery is possible. Both Prevention Works and Casa Trinity are pairing up to educate communities on the dangers of fentanyl that's getting too close to home. One pill is enough to kill, especially if it contains fentanyl. It only takes 2 milligrams to take a life, which equates to the tip of a pencil. Be proactive and protect your loved ones by learning more. Visit DEA.gov/onepill if you think someone you know is at risk, or call 716-664-3608. As we head to the bottom of the 7th, Zach Nelson comes out for his second inning of work. The knuckleballer finishing up his warm-ups. For the bottom of the 7th, he will be facing Connor Kiefer, DJ Stoyanovich, and Bobby Stang. In that order, the 2-3-4 hole, the heart of the order for the Skunks. And here to tell you all about the bottom of the 7th, hey, Dre Guinness, how you doing after the 7th inning stretch?
I am actually surprisingly doing very well.
Especially considering how hot it is?
Especially considering how hot it is. Now, for the other announcers around the league, let me give you a little hint here. Bringing in a fan, definitely the move.
Changes the game a little bit. Keeps
Oh, yeah.
the air circulating, especially in a stuffy box like this.
Oh, yeah. I was watching the game last night in Niagara Falls, and one of their announcers is from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and he was dying. And, and that was right there. That was my key. If someone from the deep south is dying in this weather, I'm bringing a fan. As Sam Nelson kicks and throws in the first pitch taken for a called strike. Connor Kiefer taking the curveball. It's Zach Nelson. Getting my names all mixed up. And the pitch. Ground ball, too short on the backhand side. Grabowski has it, throws on the first, and gets Kiefer by a step, one away.
I don't know how Kiefer was able to get a hold of that ball. That was a knuckleball that he just hit, and apparently it must have hung a little bit as he was able to get around on it and almost put it through the Tony Gwynn hole. So hang on a second, Dre.
Yeah.
If shortstop and third base is the Tony Gwynn hole, then what's second base and first base?
Not important.
Oh, wow. I'm left-handed. That's my hole to hit through.
The reason it's the Tony Gwynn hole is because a majority of base hits in Tony Gwynn's career were famous for going through that hole. I don't know of a left-hander that has had any kind of performance that is deserving of the nickname. As the next pitch to Stoyanovich, taken for a strike, 0-2 the count. I mean, you could call it the 3.5 hole. But as far as naming it, no idea. Ground ball foul. We'll do it again.
Knuckleball making its presence known once again.
I mean, maybe Ichiro.
I love a little Ichiro Suzuki. Ichiro known for his singles.
Yeah. We might call it the Ichiro hole. We'll convene the committee later as the 0-2 pitch misses for a ball, 1-2.
You know, we keep talking about the heat. It has cooled down 79 degrees now.
What's the feels like? Oh, and that 1-2 pitch got Stoyanovich, so he will be the second skunk hit by a pitch today. And that'll bring up Bobby Stang.
You know, you talk about the feel. I'm not going to trust the feels like anymore. You know, who makes the decision on that? We were talking about this pregame. Who makes the decision for what the feels like is? Who's the feels like guy for the Weather Channel?
I mean, it should just be feels like hot. As Bobby Stang steps in, the first pitch catches the corner for a called strike. 0-1 the count. Stang has had himself a day, 2 for 3. 2 singles and an RBI. Did score a run back in the 5th inning and reached on an error. as the next pitch bounces in the dirt for a ball 1-1. So Stang has been on base 3 times today. The error in the first inning was a fly ball to center that went off the glove of Lalime, turned into a 3-base error. And the pitch, swinging a foul over the press box and into the mezzanine. And it's 1-2 the count. Kobe Jones on deck. Stojanovic leading off first. Nelson's pitch misses for a ball. 2-2. Stojanovic can move as the pitch. Foul tip back to the screen. And we'll do 2-2 again. The one column I didn't write down in my notebook, stolen bases.
Got to get on that.
The pitch missing outside, and we are full.
That was a risky take there by Bobby Stang. You know, you always hear the phrase, anything close, you got to swing with 2 strikes. In my opinion, that was close.
You know, I go back and I watch these ball games a number of times. I'll go back and watch this game tonight, and then I'll probably watch it another 2 or 3 more times tomorrow, just because I'm doing my own scouting reports and things like that. Is the 3-2 foul bounced off the light post to the delight of the Pew crew and the dugout. And we'll do 3-2 again. And with Stang, every time he has a 2-strike count where there's something close, he has ice water in his veins. He is Joe Cool out there. As the 3-2 pitch lined into center field, a base hit. And so now Stojanovic moves to second. And that is going to put runners at first and second with only 1 out. And the left fielder, Kobe Jones, coming to the plate. Jones in his last at-bat doubled. He's also grounded out to first and flew out to center. Left-hander waits, and the pitch from Nelson swung on early and ripped toward the Pioneers dugout and almost took out one of our camera people, I think.
No, those are the trainers for the Elmira Pioneers. They've been here since the team was here, and one of them looked like she just had a heart attack, got the scare of her life over there. She's definitely awake now.
Nelson kicks and throws, pitch, ground ball weakly to first, picked up by Callahan to throw to second to get Stang is all they will get as Stojanovic moves to third. Kobe Jones at first on the fielder's choice, and that is going to bring up Leo Doyle.
Kind of an unlucky break there for Bobby Stang. The ball was hit right in front of him. And again, the scenario where you can't get hit by a ball that hasn't been touched. Otherwise, you are out. So he had to freeze for a half a second, which made him a sitting duck for the out at second. Luckily, Kobe Jones fast enough to get over to first base to break up the double play and keep this inning alive.
So Doyle stands in. The first pitch from Nelson misses for a ball, 1-0. For Doyle, 0 for 2, hit by a pitch in his last at-bat. Flied out and struck out. As a throw over to first. Jones taking his lead off first. Nelson gets the sign, the throw. Swinging, there's a ground ball into right field. That's a base hit. Scoring is Stojanovic, going to second, is Kobe Jones, and Leo Doyle with an RBI single makes the score 6-3.
Getting that run back was crucial. Getting that insurance run. Stojanovic giving Tommy Schroeder a little rundown, a little scouting report on Zach Nelson. And this team is all smiles, and they're all having a ton of fun in there. I see Hayden Givens-Craig in the dugout with a makeshift radar gun made out of tape and cups. The classic fake radar gun.
I love that. So now runners at first and second with 2 outs. Schroeder, the batter, takes the first pitch for a strike. 0-1 the count. Schroeder 0 for 3 on the day. But he is due. And he does a lot of his best work in the later innings. As Nelson checks Jones at second, kicks and throws, and a foul off the press box that impressively almost bounces back to the hitter circle.
Well, like you said, the humidity will have the ball will have a tendency to travel farther, and apparently it'll make wood bouncier.
It's all swollen from the moisture in the air. Makes sense. I don't know if that's actually true. Someone call Bill Nye. Schroeder stands in, 0-2. Nelson with the pitch. Swinging, there's a ground ball. Picked at third, throw to second the easy way, and that will end the inning. But 1 run on 2 hits, 2 runners left on base. We go to the top of the 8th inning. Tarp Skunks lead 6-3.
Time to hit the putting green. Can't trust me. Don't worry, Jake's not putting, so we're good. Jake, who is putting though?
Jeremy, I am down here with DeAndre. He is going to be trying Tim Hortons putt challenge. And we have 5 chances with 5 tickets. But the catch is that if he misses even 1 putt, we will leave the ticket in front of him. Are you ready for this, DeAndre? He's ready. First putt. Let's see how this goes. Got a good line. Just needs to get a little bit more power.
Don't forget about our upcoming home games for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. Looking ahead to the future, this coming Friday will be our next home game as we host the Auburn Double Days.
Good job, DeAndre. That is in 4. That's 4 tickets.
And then on Sunday, you get 2 games. We got a double header as we host the Newark Pilots on Sunday the 23rd. Buyout $2 night on Tuesday the 25th. $2 tickets, $2 hot dogs, $2 12-ounce draft beer. What more could you ask for? Cheap, fun baseball as we host the Geneva Red Wings. And then on the 27th, the Batavia Muck Dogs come back to Russell E. Diethrick Park on JCC Community Buyout Night. Tickets are free on the 27th. You don't want to miss Jamestown Tarp Skunks baseball this week, as there is a ton to look forward to. New pitcher on the mound for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks. It is going to be Griffin Snyder. Griffin Snyder, 5'10", 170, a redshirt junior out of Clarion University, calls Camp Hill, Pennsylvania home. So he will take over Wheeler with 3 innings of work, and they might rely on Snyder for the rest of the game.
For Snyder, he's making his 4th appearance. He's pitched 6 innings, given up 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He's walked 4, struck out 5, and comes in with a 3 even ERA. So he's the man that's going to take the 8th.
And you're the man that's going to take the 8th.
Yeah, I was almost going to throw it to you, and I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on here? See, this is where it gets late in the day.
As Snyder will face Donati, Schwanger, and Frey. Dre, over to you.
All right, as the first pitch from Snyder misses for a ball, 1-0 the count. Donati on the day has walked, grounded into a fielder's choice, and flew out to center. And the 1-0 pitch, misses low for a ball, 2-0. Donati, the left-hander, waits, and the 2-0 pitch on the outside corner for a called strike. 2-1 the count. Outfield straight away, and the pitch off the edge for a ball, 3-1. And the 3-1 pitch, swing, and a miss, 3-2 the count.
That was a very healthy hack. He put everything he had into that one, but way late on it. He almost put too much into it.
And the 3-2 pitch misses for ball 4, and a leadoff walk by
Next up, the
Schneider to Donati. And that is going to bring up the catcher, Coy Schwanger. He has not had a great day at the plate. Grounded into a 6 unassisted double play back in the first, grounded into a 5-4-3 double play back in the third, and then grounded out 3-1 back in the sixth. Runner takes the lead off first, opposite field, line drive, base hit through the Ichiro hole.
And once again, the announcer's curse coming into play. You saying that he having a bad day, 0 for 3, he goes and gets a base hit.
Stop that.
Hey, you're the one that did it.
I'm trying, talking to myself.
Give yourself a little slap on the wrist.
Every once in a while, I need a coach to come out and give me the mound visit.
What, should that be me in between innings?
You know what? As the first pitch to Schwanger misses for a ball, 1-0, or make that Aiden Fry 1-0. Frey. My brain is fried.
Clearly, the heat's gotten to you.
As the 1-0 pitch fouled back, 1-1. No, you know what? I'm gonna put this in baseball vernacular. My brain is loose. 1-1 the count. Runners off first and second for the Pioneers. So we are in the top of the eighth. Nobody out. Frey waits, and the pitch. Swinging. There's a line drive to short. Picked up by Sebastianelli. Throw to second. Taking Kiefer off the bag, and everybody's safe.
I have to cut Sebastianelli a little bit of slack there at short. Unfortunately, he will be credited with a throwing error there. But the way he was running caused him to have the momentum off the bag. And unfortunately, Kiefer at second, unable to make the stretch, had to make a dive off the bag to make the grab. So now it's bases loaded, no one out, and the corners are in looking for a play at home plate.
And the first pitch to Eddie Kaufman is taken off the corner for a ball. 1-0. Snyder comes set, and the pitch. Swinging. There's a chopper toward third. The only play for Harpelani is nowhere. He eats the ball, and an RBI single.
I will correct you there. The base umpire made the correct call. The ball bounced off of the toe of Eddie Kaufman, and so everyone goes back to where they were. That play is negated, and it is 1-1 the count now.
So a bullet dodged. Snyder comes set, the 1-1. Swing and foul tip into the glove of Stang. 1-2 the count now. The 1-2 pitch. Misses low and in, 2-2 the count. So Kaufman, 2-2, nobody out. Tarp Skunks playing straight away. Corners are in. Called. Strike 3. And Kaufman got caught waiting for the number 9 train, and it never arrived for the first out of the inning, and that's going to bring up the third baseman, Manuel Castro.
That strikeout was absolutely huge. You know, bases loaded, nobody out you're almost looking at an inevitable run there. Almost, I say, as we now go to 1 out. You're looking at a double play to end the inning and keep this inning unscathed.
As the first pitch fouled back and well out of play. 0-1 the count. Castro on the day has doubled in an RBI, flied out to center, and walked back in the second. Behind 0-1, and Schneider's pitch. Swinging, there's a base hit to right field. Picking it up is Kaiser. 1 run scores. The throw comes into the plate on a bead. But a run scores, and it is now 6-4.
So both teams so far from the 5th inning on have been very offensive oriented. You know, you're looking at 12 hits for the Skunks, 10 hits for the Pioneers. You know, it's looking very reminiscent of the last game where the Tarp Skunks had 18 hits. So the last 2 home games, they have had 30 hits for the Skunks alone.
As Grabowski fouls off his first pitch, 0-1 the count. Grabowski had a sacrifice bunt back in the 4th, grounded out to 3rd, and reached on an error, so 0-2 officially. And the pitch misses low for a ball, 1-1. Top of the order on deck. Max Lalime is waiting.
The double play would be absolutely crucial here. You do not want the top of the order coming in with this many runners on base right now.
The pitch just misses outside, 2-1 now to Grabowski.
No action in the Tarp Skunks bullpen, but there is action in the Pioneers bullpen.
Snyder comes set, the 2-1. Swinging, there's a pop-up into right field. Kaiser underneath it, makes the catch, throw to the plate is going to stop Schwanger in his tracks. Clayton Kaiser out there has thrown in 2 absolutely beautiful throws from the outfield to the plate.
That was a frozen rope by Clayton Kaiser. You know, Coy Schwanger was looking to score on that. About halfway down, he realized where the ball was. He knew he was going to be dead by a mile. And so he had to stop, and he stopped so hard that he fell to his knees. So now there are 2 away.
Looked like Wile E. Coyote as Lalime takes his first pitch outside for a ball, 1-0.
Then where's the Roadrunner?
Out in right field throwing Acme Rockets.
Wouldn't that be backwards?
You know what? Sometimes the Roadrunner's got to stand up for himself, you know?
Touche.
As the 1-0 pitch, take it for a ball. 2-0.
Dre, you're successful at getting your daily Matty G breakout in laughter. How do you feel?
Accomplished. 2-0. The pitch. Swinging. Ooh, that one right toward us, but just a little bit lower as that is a foul. Bases loaded, 2 away here, top of the 8th inning. Pioneers with 1 across. Snyder looking to get out of a jam, and the pitch. Fouled back, 2-2. So Snyder showing fight here. Looking to get out of the inning with minimal damage. Bases full of Pioneers, and the 2-2. Called strike 3. Lalime got caught looking, And that is going to retire the side. 1 run on 3 hits, 3 runners left on base. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's 6-4 Tarp Skunks.
Support for our coverage of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks is brought to you by Plyler Entry Systems, the Davis Investment Group, and Prevention Works in Casa Trinity. We'd like to thank our sponsors for helping to make this and every live stream of the 2024 season possible. We also encourage all businesses and organizations serving residents in Jamestown and Chautauqua County to consider becoming a Tarp Skunks live stream sponsor for this or future season by calling us at 716-705-5600, emailing us at contactus@tarpskunks.net, or using the contact form on our website, tarpskunks.com. All sponsors are recognized during each home game during our live stream broadcast and also by our public address announcer. Thank you to our current sponsors and also to anyone else considering becoming a future sponsor of Jamestown Tarp Skunks baseball. New pitcher on the mound for the Elmira Pioneers. It is going to be Will Mueller. Will Mueller, right-handed pitcher, 6'5", 210, a freshman from St. Lawrence University, calls Rockport, Massachusetts his home.
You've never seen Ferris Bueller, have you?
I have seen Ferris Bueller.
Mueller, same thing. Just different first letter.
Mueller.
The stats on Mueller for the season: 1 inning pitch, no earned runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, 0.0 ERA. So not a lot of action this season. He's going to be given the responsibility to keep the Tarp Skunks in check as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Schroeder, Kaiser, and Juwan due up for the Skunks. And it really has turned into a beautiful night, though, but you could see those rain clouds coming in.
With the sunset giving a very interesting look to them, almost like a movie-esque scenario here. You know, they kind of look like the clouds from Angels in the Outfield.
I've never seen that one.
It's kind of an interesting call from me. Like,
yeah.
It's the clouds never really played a factor in the movie itself, but it still looks really, really cool. But we're gonna go to the bottom of the 8th. It's gonna be Clayton Kaiser, Henry Juwan, and Eli Harbalani. 8, 9, 10 coming up. And to tell you all about it, for the bottom of the 8th, it's Dre Guinness.
All right, Maddie, thank you very much. As we head to the bottom of the 8th inning, Will Mueller, the new pitcher for the Pioneers, his first pitch to Clayton Kaiser misses outside for a ball. 1-0 the count. Kaiser on the day has walked, grounded to second, and flown out to center. Ahead in the count, 1-0, and the pitch. That misses outside for a ball. 2-0.
Very interesting release point here by Will Mueller. It's almost like a combination of low 3/4 and sidearm.
And the pitch. 3-0. That one misses outside for a ball. And Mueller has the exact same arm angle as I did, the very limited pitching experience I have. As 3-0 comes in for a strike, 3-1. And I got to tell you, even as a side armor, you lose a little bit of control as far as where the ball is going to go. And the pitch. Outside for a ball, and Kaiser walks. That'll bring up Henry Juwan. And what I mean by that is, as a side armor, it doesn't matter where your fingers are on the ball. It doesn't matter how you release it. It's going to have a funky spin that's going to tail into your dominant hand and tail away from your secondary hand as far as batters go. As the first pitch to Henry Juwan misses for a ball, 1-0.
Sidearms have the same natural tail that a lefty would.
It was also my problem playing second base. I couldn't throw it to the bag. I had to throw it to the left of the bag. As the 1-0 pitch popped up behind first base, going back and making the catch. Rather nice catch is Callahan. And there is one away.
Coming to the plate for Jamestown, the third baseman, number 50,
Eli Harpalani, the batter.
And you talked about that tail. As Henry Juwan was walking back to the bag, giving the scouting report to Eli Harpalani, he talked about the tail, that the little last-minute bite that he has on the pitch.
Runner goes, the pitch bunted down the third base line. Bare hand throw in time to get Harpalani, but sacrificing Kaiser over to second. So now a runner in scoring position and 2 outs.
And that was a good play there by Manuel Castro. You know, he came in like a absolute bullet, and he was playing normal depth too. He wasn't playing bunting depth, and he came in making a barehanded throw. You know, you got to give props. You got to give credit where credit's due.
Oh, yeah. Ton of great third basemen made their name with that barehanded throw and the pitch to Sebastianelli is outside for a ball, 1-0. Sebastianelli has singled. Grounded out to second, flew out to left. Left-hander waits, and the pitch outside for a ball, 2-0.
And again, this is where short-term memory has to come into play. You have that, you're trying to tie the inning, win the inning. I'll say it again and again. You want to tie this inning, get Kaiser across.
The 2-0 pitch misses high for a ball, 3-0. And now you get the ball for chance from the Pew crew. Making their voices heard. The 3-0 way outside for a ball. And that is going to put runners at first and second with 2 outs for Connor Kiefer.
And you can continue to hear the chants from the Pew crew chanting now ball 5. Once again, paying homage to the College of Oklahoma State, who made this chant, making this chant popular. And if you get enough people doing it, it can really rattle a pitcher and make that stretch turn into 6, 7, 8.
As the first pitch to Kiefer hits him. Well, that's ball 6.
Well, ball 5. When they do this chant, they call the next number. So when it was 3-0, they were chanting ball 4. And this pitch, they were chanting ball 5.
Well,
so now they're going to be chanting ball 6.
Well, they're also going to get a whiff of what the Tarp Skunks are cooking here. Bases stinky full of skunks. And DJ Stoyanovich coming up to the plate. Mueller comes set, the pitch. Taken for a strike. 0-1 the count.
And then to make the chant even more demoralizing, once a strike gets called, they cheer for him, basically saying, hey, you finally did it.
Stoyanovich with a double back in the third. He was also hit by a pitch and scored a run in the 7th. Swinging, there's a ground ball to third. Castro has it, takes it to the bag ahead of the sliding Connor Kiefer, and the inning is over. No runs on no hits. 3 runners left on base. We go to the top of the 9th inning. Tarp Skunks 6 and the Pioneers 4. All right, Griffin Snyder coming out for his second inning of work, top of the ninth inning, save situation, as he will be facing the 2-3-4 hitters for the Pioneers, Leahy, Callahan, and Sheeler. And here to tell you about the exciting ninth inning, it's Matty G.
Yo! All right, so scenario. It is 3 outs and a handshake for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks, but Griffin Snyder is on a very, very short leash. The action is hot in the Tarp Skunks bullpen. Should Snyder get into any sort of trouble, as they only have 1 run of insurance, they're going to call on the bullpen to get the rest of the job done. Obviously, they're going to want to rely on Snyder as long as they can, but Snyder on a very, very short leash here in the top of the ninth, especially as he's going to be facing the heart of the Pioneers' order, as Matthew Leahy steps up to the plate. And Snyder's first pitch here in the top of the ninth inning. High and inside. 1-0 now.
Leahy with 2 hits on the day. 2 for 4.
The 1-0. Popped up into first base territory. Underneath it is Stoyanovich. And it is an infield pop-up for the first out of the inning.
And that always makes me nervous to see a pitcher going after a pop fly. Back off, let your infield come in for it. That's what they're there for.
But also the pitcher fielding position. If a ball is hit to the right side of the infield and Stoyanovich gets pulled off of first base, it is the pitcher's job to cover first base. So I think he was just trying to do his job at the time, as the first pitch to Darren Callahan is low for ball 1. So I give credit where credit is due to Griffin Snyder there.
Oh, absolutely. I'm just saying it's always scary. As we have a helicopter flying over us.
Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. As counts now 1-1. Snyder comes set. The 1-1. Swing and a miss.
Beautiful pitch by Snyder off the outside corner. Had Callahan in desperation mode trying to get something going, and he just whiffed.
So 1-2. The pitch to Callahan. Outside counts now 2-2.
And I was going to say the temperature cooled down by 3 degrees, but that was when the fan came over here and on its oscillation journey.
Well, it is definitely cooling as the sun sets. The 2-2 fouled back and over our heads. And we will do 2-2 over again.
Noggin check, make sure everyone's all right.
I still have mine, but I don't know what's in it. The 2-2. Swing and a miss! He struck him out. And just like that, Snyder in firm control as the Pioneers are down to their final out of the game.
Snyder really locking it down. See if he can put away Sheeler here. 0 for 3 with a walk. Kaiser playing a little shallow in right field for the right-hander. Doyle and Jones straight away.
The first pitch to Sheeler, up and away for ball 1. Tarp Skunks looking to put another win in the column for them. As his 1-0 pitch fouled, ripped over the right field bleachers and into the concourse. 1-1 the count now. Snyder has his pitch. Sheeler ready in the box. The 1-1 pitch. Outside, 2-1.
Reach back for something a little bit extra on that one. Could not get Sheeler to chase.
So 2-1, 2 out. The 2-1 pitch, a little bit low. Snyder a little miffed about the call by the umpire, thinking it could have gone either way. But the count's now 3-1. The pitch hit into right field. Going over is Kaiser, and he will make the grab for the final out of the game. The Tarp Skunks, with their second win in a row, taking down the Elmira Pioneers 6-4.
And what a feeling it has to be down on that field as the Tarp Skunks win their second in a row, picking up a home win. And in the Ryan Hill era, we are now 2-0. And what a ball game for everybody on the Tarp Skunks roster tonight.
Absolutely. And I gotta say, like, everyone was having fun, everyone was loose, everyone was playing the game clean. There were a couple of accidental mistakes. Those can obviously be shaken off as they weren't detrimental. But, everyone performed well. Pitching did well, hitting did well, defense did well. It's another great win for the Jamestown Tarp Skunks, and in a critical scenario, as they were in 4th place in the standings, Elmira was in 3rd, a huge game up in the standings for them now.
So now just a half a game behind Elmira. So, I mean, I could understand that people may have been, getting ready to press the panic button on a 6-game losing streak. But the thing is, that's baseball. These things go. It's an ebb and flow, and now that the Tarp Skunks have gotten everything behind them, turning around, and it's a whole new season for the last 2/3. The win today goes to Wheeler, coming in the 5th inning, throwing 3 innings pitched, only giving up 1 run. The loss goes to Noah Twilliger, and the save goes to Zach Snyder, his first save of the season.
And with that being said, we do have to take a look at your most valuable stinker of the night. I'm assuming, if I remember right, allowing the Skunks to sit in firm control the rest of the game. And, you talk about the game speeding up on somebody. This game sped up on the Elmira Pioneers tonight. They're looking back on this and going, wait, the game's over already?
Yeah, the game very quick tonight. Just under 2 hours, or just under 3 hours, sorry. I've had a day. I'm ready to call it a night. It's time for a cold one. The Jamestown Tarp Skunks are on the road tomorrow, back at Niagara Falls. That game is going to be at 6:30, and then we are back here on Friday night to take on the Auburn Double Days. That one at 6:30. Support for our coverage of the Jamestown Tarp Skunks is brought to you by Plyler Entry Systems, the Davies Investment Group, and Prevention Works in Casa Trinity. We'd like to thank our sponsors for helping make this and every live stream of the 2024 season possible. We also encourage all businesses and organizations serving residents in Jamestown and Chautauqua County to consider becoming a Tarp Skunks live stream sponsor for this season and future seasons by calling us at 716-705-5600, emailing us at contactus@tarpskunks.net, or using the contact form on our website, tarpskunks.com. All sponsors are recognized during each home game, during our live stream broadcast, and also by our public address announcer. Thank you to our current sponsors and also anyone considering becoming a future sponsor of Jamestown Tarp Skunk Baseball. Don't forget to check in on the social medias, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, for all the breaking news that is happening with your Jamestown Tarp Skunks.
It's time to say goodnight. Matty G alongside Drake Ennis as the rain is about to start. I saw lightning, so we are going to get out of here. It is Drake Ennis saying
Good night, everybody.